But we got to finish Laodicea here. We got to finish our seventh church. So what we have here, historically speaking, is a city that was renowned for its wealth. We have a city that was built up by its economy. It had a very profitable and prominent wool industry. They had a very particular kind of black wool, very fine, very soft, that was only found in this region. Everybody longed to have Laodicean cloth. Okay? They're also very well known for their medicinal school. They had a very top of the line, state-of-the-art medicine school here that specialized in eye care. There was a special salve that was known that people would travel to get that was able to help with eye ailments. And these guys were so wealthy and so self-sufficient that when the earthquake that we've mentioned several times ravaged the area of Asia Minor and Laodicea was partially destroyed, they actually rejected government assistance, government funds, when the Roman Empire came and said, hey, we'll help to rebuild the damaged buildings. And they're like, that's cute. We don't need your money. We have plenty of money. We can do this. Okay? So what we see is a city proud of its accomplishments, well known, a sterling reputation as far as means and ability, full of self-reliance, full of self-sufficiency, and if they weren't able to provide it for themselves, they didn't need it. Okay? And that reputation, however, I mean, if you notice how Jesus comes in and addresses their reputation right away, that reputation actually betrays what's really going on under the surface of this city. So while this city may boast all day long about its self-sufficiency and how they have no needs and they are able to meet everything they have themselves, this city historically actually was very dependent. It was dependent upon outside sources of water. It did not have a functioning water source within the city. So there was miles and miles of these aqueducts that would bring water from two neighboring towns. One was the city of Colossae. The other was the city of Hierapolis. Colossae was positioned up in the mountains, so it had cool mountain spring water, and they were renowned for that. Everybody, like mountain springs. Like we buy the bottles of water because it comes, supposedly, from a mountain spring. I want the nice, clean water, right? And it's some guy's hose in his backyard, and you're drinking that. But anyway, so they would get the cold water that would be directed from Colossae into Laodicea. And then Hierapolis was known for its hot springs. Now, I have never been able to have the good pleasure of sitting in one of those medicinal hot springs like over in Japan that's supposed to soak in and fixes all your ailments. Perhaps one day my back will be made better by this amazing mineral, medicinal hot spring water. But Hierapolis was famous for it. And they had their water piped from Hierapolis as well. But by the time the water traveled through all these aqueducts, from either the cold mountain springs or the nice, warm, bubbly, medicinal hot springs, it just got so tepid and lukewarm that it was really good for nothing. Because mineral water, if you've ever had warm mineral water, it does not taste very well because it just, ugh. And then if you're really, really thirsty, the last thing you want is like lukewarm water that you don't know where it's been sitting or for how long. You want something cold and refreshing. And so they really have nothing beneficial for themselves with this water that they're dependent upon others for. It's fit only to be spit out of one's mouth. And hopefully we'll see how that illustration fits with Jesus' words here later. But what we really see is that the church in Laodicea has fully imbibed the spirit of the city in which it resides. It fully has imbibed the spirit of the age and is drawing its identity more from the cultural ethos than from the gospel. Because the city was proud, the city was self-sufficient, the city was able, the city looked to itself, and so did the church. And that's where we're going to see some very, very strong rebukes from Jesus in this passage. And we're going to see a call to zealousness and repentance and not relying upon themselves, but relying upon Him.